Hi everyone. So the daily reading, I know I'm a little bit later today and I didn't get to one yesterday. And I actually did do one yesterday, but the energy was really weird yesterday and I didn't want to project anything that I was feeling into the reading. And a lot of what I was feeling was, and I realized towards the end of the day, I was like, this isn't really me, like feeling like this. It felt more like it was a collective energy, but it was like irritation. And it's funny, I saw a tweet about, I think it was like 2 days ago, that said something like Virgo season went from feeling like you could be really productive to feeling guilty for not being productive enough quickly. So there was this like shift, and I know what the shift is now. With Mars trining Uranus, because we have Mars in Virgo, and it's not like really typical to have Mars in Virgo with the Sun and Venus and Mercury, and then we'll have the new moon also in Virgo. So there's a lot of, it's like this pressure buildup. So a lot of people are feeling super pressured right now, and feeling like they have to get things done, and they have to get it done right now. And it being Virgo season, it's very particular, it's very picky. You're like picking things apart, and that means you're also picking people apart. But then I kind of saw this opposite version where if people were getting too irritated or things weren't working out for them, they want somebody to fix it for them. Like, instead of trying to figure it out on their own, they're getting so irritated, they're not like able to calm themselves down, and then they're putting it off on somebody else to do, or somebody else to fix, or somebody else to complete. So there's been just this like really, it's kind of a scale where on one side there are some really productive people, and people are like loving the energy and pushing forward. It almost feels like a fire season, except for that grounded nature and being like the perfectionist that Virgo is. It's like chop, chop, let's get it done. Versus people who, like, if they don't want to do it themselves, they're going to figure out a way for somebody else to complete it for them, or to get it taken care of for them, or something like that. It's like, so it's just so opposite. Doing too much, not doing enough kind of thing, right? So we have that energy, but my advice, and this is we're moving into the new moon in Virgo on Friday, which is going to happen really, really early in the morning, but we're going to do the ritual. I'm going to have a live on that day to do the ritual with you guys. Since it's my birthday, we're going to celebrate that together. Maybe I'll even have like a little, I'm gluten-free, so I'll have to find like a cupcake or something that I can, I don't know, we'll see. But excuse me, moving up to this energy for the new moon, it's going to be really great manifestation energy, but you have to harness it in the right way. And a lot of people have trouble during Virgo season just because it is one of the more difficult energies to get through. If you're a Virgo or you have heavy Virgo energy, you are probably not as frustrated or irritated, maybe a little bit more productive than usual, or you feel like you can be really productive, which is exactly like our comfort zone. But the ones that aren't, like the water signs, are probably having a heyday with this. Like, I dearly am so sorry that you have to deal with this energy right now. It's tough, you know. You want to be able to get things accomplished, and that's what the season is all about, is getting things accomplished, right? But it's hard when you have so much pressure on you that it's like, even if you got something accomplished, it like wouldn't even be good enough. So don't be so hard on yourselves right now. That's really key advice. Please, please, please do not be too hard on yourselves right now, because this energy can make it so you're like beating yourself up because you didn't get something taken care of that you really wanted to get taken care of, right? I feel like I have something on my lip, like underneath my lip. It's weird. I don't know what that is. All right. So big breaths, deep breaths. Let's see what's going on with the cards today. Okay, and sometimes this energy, if it's so heavy for you and you're beating yourself up, which the Five of Swords would be like lying to yourself, like telling yourself lies, be like the negative self-talk, the negative critical self-talk, it can actually paralyze you. We've talked about the Hanged Man many times though, and the Hanged Man is not about being stuck, right? It's about being on pause. And you're on pause so that you can look at things in a different way. And so that's why with the Five of Swords, the Hanged Man came up. If you are not as productive as you want to be right now, or you're not feeling it, or you're something is making you kind of just stand still and be like, okay, I guess I'm in waiting mode instead. Don't beat yourself up over it, because there's always tomorrow, right? Like you don't have to, and this coming from a Virgo, you don't have to be perfect all the time. You don't always have to get everything done yesterday if you can't get it done yesterday. Allowing yourself to sit, pause, and rest is very key to having good mental health. Allowing yourself to sit, pause, and rest is good mental health. So make sure that you are taking that time. We have the Star. See, good things are coming. And this is a really good healing time, especially because we know that there are a lot of changes and a lot of shifts that are happening right now, and they're going to continue to happen as each of the planets goes direct. There are things that are kind of like Saturn's going direct in just a couple of weeks. Saturn's been in retrograde for 5 months. And so now we're going to have like all that karmic activity, and the revisiting of it is going to be coming back. So allowing yourself to heal and balance your energy out. I mean, if you look at the Star, it's all about healing. It's all about balancing out. And Uranus rules the Star. So there's this creative expression aspect when it comes to the Star, and allowing yourself to think outside of the box and to look at things in a different way right now is huge. So yeah, because there are opportunities, so many opportunities on the horizon. Oh, there's more healing. Four of Swords. And then the Ace of Wands. I literally want to say, with these two cards coming out together, it's almost as if they're saying exactly what I was saying. If you allow yourself to get some rest, you're going to have so much more energy for what the universe is handing to you. You don't have to get it all done yesterday. Like, I was beating myself up because I did not feel like I did a personal reading, a couple personal readings yesterday, but I didn't feel like I should do any of the general readings in the energy that I was in yesterday. So, and I realized that there were a couple of times that I was beating myself up over it. And then I was like, you know what? The readings are going to happen when they're supposed to happen. Sorry. Hold on a second. I got to put it on Do Not Disturb. So yeah, and there are, I'll be right back. I got to, sorry guys, that had to do with my kid. So I needed to take that. All right. So see, and here's the thing with what's happening right now is as we go through and we're feeling this energy, this pressure to get things done, we're also having to release old habits, release old patterns, maybe even release like physical material things out of our life in order to make room for new stuff, right? The Ten of Swords, though, is saying that the worst is over. Like, you've already been through the shitstorm. And now if you just kind of like take a different glance and look around and see how things look now, you'll recognize that even though life is over, remember how a couple of days ago I said life is over, or life as we know it is going to be over? That's really becoming a lot more clear to people. They're waking up to the fact that, wow, life is not as drama filled. Like it still has drama in it, but you're removing yourself from it. You can look at things in a different way. It's not such a thorn in your side when other people are bringing drama into your life and stuff like that. You know what I mean? You're able to transmute the energy into something a little bit more positive. So let's clarify. And really, these cards are really saying that if you allow yourself to rest a little bit, it's almost as if it's like you need to, right? After this Ten of Swords happened, you didn't allow yourself time to process it. You didn't allow yourself time to rest. You just kept going and going and going and going and going, because that's what this energy is really asking you to do, is go, 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 go. And not giving yourself that time to rest is going to be really hard during like the recovery stage. It's almost as if you, because like I have the Hermit here on the Five of Swords, and it's saying like through the storm, right? While everything is going on and through the storm, if you just pull yourself back and allow yourself to look at things in a different light, allowing yourself to look at things in a different light, it's going to make it much clearer when the fog is over, when the fog lifts. It's going to make things much clearer. Let's see what this Hanged Man is. Okay. Yeah, and I understand that there's a want and a need to manifest something better out of this, like manifest something better out of the energy, but allowing yourself to sit in the Nine of Swords just because you're on pause, you're being forced to, the reason why you feel like you're stuck, right? It's not about being stuck, it's about being on pause. And the reason why you're on pause is so you can look at things in a different way. But if you look at it from this Nine of Swords, you're not going to see that you already are manifesting things. You do have to remember with that Nine of Cups that it'll be easy to manifest more anxiety if that's what your focus is on. If your focus is on the fact that you keep screwing up, or this keeps happening, or you know, whatever, however it is, right? If you keep your focus on how all the negative stuff that's happening, you're going to create more negative stuff. We've talked about this. Your energy flows where your intention is. So if you are in your intention, attention or intention, either one, right? If you are so focused on all the negative things, or the fact that you haven't lived up to your expectations, because you don't need to live up to anybody's expectations but your own. And if this has anything to do with you trying to live up to other people's expectations, you're going to be even more miserable. The more people you try to live up to their expectations, the harder it's going to be. So make sure that you have your own expectations. Make sure that you have your own process going, right? So we have the Moon on the star. And even if you can't see it coming, right? Even if you don't know what you can expect in the future, it's still coming. It's still going to happen, and it's still coming. And what is it? It is the manifestations that you have created, but also you have to remember that those manifestations that you have created, they're coming to you in a way that is for your best, it's at your best interest, right? The universe is not in the business of saying no. The universe is in the business of saying, I have something better for you. You really want to settle for that? You really want to settle for that? Because what I have for you behind the curtain that you don't know about yet, because you want to settle, you don't even want to open up this curtain, but what I have behind it is so much better. Right? So, Four of Swords, cutting ties with the idea of the way you think things are supposed to go and looking at them in a different way. It's very similar to the way I see the Hanged Man, but this is healing. You are allowing yourself to heal by looking at things in a different way. And part of that has to do with looking at society's intentions for you. So we have the Hierophant on the Four of Swords, allowing yourself to pull back and heal from the programming, from all of the things that you grew up believing. When we talk about programming, that's what we mean. All of the things that you were taught to believe that was a societal belief. It's almost as if a lot of people have been kind of ripped away from everything that they've known, and now they're getting a whole new reality. Oh, like I said, behind that curtain, the Ace of Pentacles on the Ace of Wands. There is opportunity for stability. There's opportunity for material gains. There's opportunity to make more money. The ideas and the passion created by the energy right now, if you want to harness it correctly, can come in huge ways. I don't often say that the Ace of Wands or the Ace of Pentacles is like something big and magnificent, right? Because even gifts from the universe can be very small. But if you don't believe that you're even deserving of this, if you're lying to yourself and you're saying, but I didn't do enough, or I didn't do this, or I didn't do that, that curtain's going to stay closed, and the universe isn't going to show you the goods, if you will. Ten of Swords, coming to the end of this cycle of pain that you have been through. This is tough, right? Allowing yourself to heal and coming to the end of this great big cycle that you've been through that may have started this year, may have started 3 years ago, like mine did. My cycle started, my cycle of having to really grow and learn who I was and actually learn how to love myself, which was it was not easy to do, but I did it. And because I learned how to love myself, I don't get triggered easily anymore. I still get triggered, don't get me wrong, still get triggered, but I learned from it. I learned from it much faster than I did in the past. Whereas in the past I would like sit and brood in it and be miserable and think that everybody had an upper hand over me. And nobody ever had an upper hand, will ever have an upper hand over you if you sit in your power and you say, I know that I'm better than that. Be honest, have integrity, be humble, but know that you are a powerful being and the worst is over. The worst of it is over. Doesn't mean that it's over, just the worst parts of it. And the universe has gifts for you. Gifts to give you as you continue your journey, right? Gifts to give you as you embark on new adventures within your journey. Because the journey's never over. There is no destination. It's only transition over and over and over again. And this is exactly what I mean. Bottom of the deck is the King of Swords, which I feel is very much an authoritative figure in this. This is like the authorities, you know. We have the Ten of Pentacles and Justice on the Ten of Swords. See what I mean? Justice will prevail. There will be a karmic retribution. The Wheel of Fortune will turn in your favor, and you will go from the Ten of Swords to the Ten of Pentacles, possibly during Libra season. Maybe you're going to see this huge change of direction in your life where things just bloom. Like out of the blue, start blossoming and blooming during Libra season. Maybe it'll happen during Virgo season. Maybe you can just trust that it's going to happen. All in divine timing. Doesn't matter what the season is. You know? So, best advice that I can give you right now, if it feels like there's a lot of pressure on your shoulders, get a massage, take a nap, take a long hot bubble bath with Epsom salts in it and beautiful smells. Even if you're a guy, throw some flowers in there, get in touch with your feminine side. Take care of yourself, go on really long walks or really short walks if you can't go on long walks. Allow yourself to trust in the process. Trusting in the process and surrendering to what's happening is the easiest way to get through this. I wish sometimes I could give, like I was given this gift of being able to see the bright side of things, forgiveness. I don't hold grudges. It's very strange, and it's just kind of a natural thing for me. I wish I could give that gift to everybody, because it's really, really nice to be able to sit in your power and to be able to say, you know what, that has more to do with that person than it does with me, right? So just be very careful with yourself right now. Be courageous, be bold, but allow yourself to heal and keep your eyes open for the gifts that the universe wants to give you right now. Because it could just come in thought form, right? It could be that aha moment. It could come in material form, whatever. I am still offering readings at a discounted rate. I think I'm actually going to offer them into September as well, because I haven't been able to do the general readings, and I want to give everybody a chance who doesn't watch the daily reading to also be able to get those. Again, we also have black tourmaline and tiger's eye. They're going really fast. So if you want to get a black tourmaline or a tiger's eye necklace, make sure to check out my website. I think there's only like 2 left of each already. So I love you guys. Take very good care of yourselves, and I will see, if I don't see you tomorrow, I will definitely see you Friday morning on my birthday to do the ritual for the new moon. Bye.